Intuition is much more than just a sixth sense. It is the connection to the cosmos, written and read by Bernhard Kutzler. Let us first look at non-human life forms. With them, the role of intuition is easier to see. The behavior of a life form results from what it knows. Non-human life forms have three types of knowings: feelings/perceptions, familiarities, and intuitions. Feelings and perceptions are the same because the word feel comes from the Old English word phelan, which means to perceive. Feeling or perceiving means knowing the state of the body. It comprises the electromagnetic state of the brain and nervous system and the physical-chemical state of the tissues and organs. The body state contains information about the sensory perceptible environment. For example, when light reflected from a tree falls on the eye, the nervous system transmits electromagnetic impulses to the brain. This creates an electromagnetic body state. We have learned to denote this state as "I see a tree." In reality, however, this is only the perception of a body state and is only partially related to the tree. Usually, we use the word feel for what the inner senses provide and the word perceive for what comes from the outer senses. Familiarities could be casually described as unconscious memories. They develop over time. Other terms for this are patterns, conditionings, programs, beliefs, and habits. Familiarities can vary in degree. A dog, for example, is very familiar with its owner, somewhat familiar with regular visitors, and unfamiliar with all other people. How it reacts to someone is determined by the degree of familiarity with that person. Intuitions are knowings that are neither perceived by the senses nor are they familiarities, but have a meaning for the life form. Intuition is also called the sixth sense or extrasensory perception. An impressive example is the tsunami that flooded many coasts in the Indian Ocean in 2004. By the time the tsunami was perceptible to the senses, it was already too late to escape. However, the animals that would have been affected knew intuitively hours beforehand that they had to move to higher ground. 230,000 people died in the tsunami, but hardly any animals. I analyzed this event in my article "Why 230,000 People Died in the Tsunami, but Almost No Animals." Intuition saved almost all the animals from the masses of water. You may wonder why it doesn't also save gazelles from lions. It does, but it doesn't save all gazelles, because otherwise the lions would starve. Intuition also lets the lions find food. Why does intuition sacrifice one particular gazelle and not another? This is natural selection. Weak gazelles weaken the gazelle herd, but they can strengthen lions by serving as food for them. Plants also have intuition. When new predators appear, they develop new protective mechanisms. All non-human life forms follow their feelings/perceptions, familiarities, and intuitions unconditionally. The history of life on this planet shows that the purpose of intuition is more than survival and a balance within nature. The evolution of ever more complex life forms shows that the purpose of intuition is growth on a large scale. I call it growth at large. Just like there are genetic programs that control a life form's growth, there is also an order that connects all things in such a way that the whole grows. This applies to planet Earth and also to the universe. The Greek word for order is cosmos. Intuition is a being's connection to the cosmos. Growth is the essence of life. I derived this in my article "How to Find Your Purpose in Life" and in my book "Consciousness, Its Nature, Purpose and How to Use It." Growth at large, therefore, expresses life. Since it encompasses the entire universe, it is the largest form of life. I call it life at large. Every life form is a component of life at large, just as each of your 35 trillion cells is a component of your body. And also every stone, every drop of water, every atom and every elementary particle is part of the whole and contributes to growth at large of life at large. From this perspective, not only planet Earth is alive, but the entire universe. The universe is the body of life at large. The cosmos connects everything. There have always been people who have seen this and then founded religions, spiritual traditions, arts and sciences, for example. Let us now include humans in the picture. Each of us is also a part of life at large. But unlike all non-human life forms on this planet, we have a tool with which we can create knowings. This tool is the mind. The knowings that we construct are our thoughts. Therefore, we have 4 types of knowings: perceptions/feelings, familiarities, intuitions, and thoughts. We can choose to follow thoughts instead of feelings/perceptions, familiarities, and intuitions. This is our free will. It makes us unique. See my articles, This is the Difference Between Humans and Animals, and Do We Have Free Will? And my book on consciousness. An advantage of free will is that we can go beyond nature. We have done this and created non-natural tools such as cars, airplanes, and cell phones. Another advantage is that we can free ourselves from familiarities/patterns, that is, we can deprogram ourselves. A disadvantage of free will is that we can disregard valuable and sometimes life-saving intuitions. An example is the tsunami of 2004. Nonetheless, the course of your life is mostly determined by intuition. Whether you leave your home 5 seconds earlier or later is not chosen rationally, but intuitively. Whether you drive your car at 29 or 31 miles per hour is not a rational choice but an intuitive one. Every choice, no matter how small, influences the course of your life. Whether you cross the intersection on green or whether the traffic light turns red right in front of you, where you find a parking lot, whether you meet someone, whether you get involved in an accident, and so on. Your current life situation results from the countless choices that you made, consciously or unconsciously. Intuition plays a central role in this. Intuition also drives you to fulfill your purpose as part of the whole. Since your programs prevent you from this, intuition also drives you to free yourself from your programs. Diseases, pain, and accidents are part of the cosmic guidance. I describe how you can free yourself from your programs in my article, How to Become What You Truly Are in 7 Steps. Some cultures are closer to life at large because people have better access to their intuition. A vivid example is road traffic in some countries. On my first trip to Sri Lanka, I took a cab from the airport to the hotel. The traffic seemed life-threatening to me. There were cars, trucks, tuk-tuks, bicycles, pedestrians, and even elephants on poorly paved roads. And there was always, from my point of view, dangerous overtaking. But everyone was relaxed, and the traffic flowed. When we fulfill our purpose as part of the whole, we experience maximum fulfillment. To do this, we must surrender to cosmic guidance. To do this, we must stop following our programs and asserting our ego. We must become team players in the team life at large. See also my article, To Survive as a Species, We Must Work Together. Finally, 2 exercises. Exercise 1. Embrace the perspective that you are part of life at large. What are the consequences of this perspective? What does it mean for your interactions with other people? with animals and plants, with microbes such as bacteria. Exercise 2. Observe the practice of team sports. Think about what you can learn from this for your role as part of life at large.